actually moved out May of 2022, and then Xana did take over.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime. In 2020, Ashlyn Couch moved in with her best friend Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan on King Road in Moscow, Idaho. That's according to an exclusive special report from KXLY. Then 2 years later, just 6 months before the murders, Ashlyn moved out. You just heard her saying, I actually moved out in May of 2022, and then Xana did take over my lease. In effect, Xana, who is perhaps the murdered roommate who most resembles brown-haired Couch, replaced her. Sometimes fate is kind, sometimes it's cruel. It does seem like a roll of the dice, the touch of a magic wand. But anyway, it meant the difference in Ashlyn's case between life and death for Ashlyn, the Idaho girl who lived. Before we get to the rest of this analysis, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. If you find this analysis worthwhile, please like, share, leave a comment. I'll post a link to the original interview in the description, and let's get started. Now, Ashlyn received a text from the University of Idaho on November 13, 2022, and this alerted her of the homicide on King Road. She said, I remember getting a second alert, or I'd been driving home and I texted our group of friends, and I just had said, has anyone heard from Maddie? And I remember, like, my last text message to her was like, are you okay? And I felt it like right then and there. I just kind of knew that something was wrong.
I think getting a second alert, or I had been driving home and I texted like our group of friends and I just had said, has anyone heard from Maddie? And I remember like my last text message to her was like, are you okay? And I feel like right then and there I kind of just knew that something was wrong.
Those are the exact words I sent to my best friend Alex about a year earlier. Are you okay? The text went through but was never read. And so in the same way the reality haunts me, it still haunts her. A horrible tragedy took place in her old bedroom, and it obviously involved people that she knew directly. And she says in her interview, it crosses my mind more that could have happened while I was there. And you never know like how long someone is watching your house. And that house, of course, is no longer there. This house that's described as full of life, vibrant, filled with hopes and dreams and excitement. You know, this fun place where people fell in love and, just enjoyed themselves, is just totally gone today. Now, this is a real scenario where it could have been Ashlyn. I mean, she stayed in that room. And Ashlyn felt real fear after the incident. I think not only did it cut close to home, but it must have cut extremely close to home because it could have been her, really could have been her. Now you may remember Amanda Knox saying something similar, that it could have been her or it could have been me. That's the way she put it. But Amanda Knox actually in her email, and I did cover that in a series of videos, she said that she ended the email basically saying, I want to continue studying. And there's almost a sense from her that she wanted to continue studying as though nothing had happened. But the difference between Knox and Ashlyn is that Knox never occupied Meredith Kirch's bedroom. And unlike Knox, Ashlyn was never a suspect in this case. She has an alibi, although she doesn't need one, and has wanted to avoid the limelight rather than court it. It's only now that Ashton feels she wants to honor her friends rather than honor herself, as Amanda Knox has done. According to the article, Ashton plans to raise awareness and educate students on social media safety. Now, I don't remember if Amanda Knox has done much, I don't know, maybe she has, to educate people on safety on campuses, has she? Ashton says even when college seems carefree, everyone should still be cautious. There is a very real question around the social media of these students, although it seems very obvious that someone must have viewed their social media. I mean, their social media does show where they stay. It shows kind of what they're doing. The windows into that house are or were very transparent as well. It's by no means confirmed. Still, social media safety is something everyone needs to take more seriously, especially youngsters. According to the article, Ashton said, after this incident, I couldn't even walk to my car in the dark for months after, it happened. Like, you just want to at least feel a bit safer. She went on to say, if we can help college students do that and just create more awareness of that and just help them feel a little bit safer, knowing that something like this had happened, I think it is helpful in any way. Now, it is a tricky situation where students want to be carefree, they want to sort of get drunk, they want to go out at night, right? And so I don't know if that's going to change, but a huge asset to making homes and neighborhoods, I guess campuses, feel safer is, I would say, lighting and CCTV security systems. The funhouse, you may remember, had neither. In fact, in some of the body cam, as officers approach the front of the house to deal with a noise complaint, one can see just how dark that side of the house could be at night. And that favors someone who wants to do what happened in this case, sneak up to the house, go in and try and sneak out. According to the article, Ashton lost her closest friends in a home that held some of her favorite memories. Now, one thing that I think is unfortunate about the interview is that she wasn't asked about this. How did she feel about the house? Her home once upon a time being completely destroyed. She does express this regret in the interview. She said, I just wish that I could do at least one more time, give her one last hug just to be able to say goodbye. Anyway, it certainly comes home, when you see Ashton speaking, you see her on camera, this young person, that there were 4 others that are no longer with us. And I think the emphasis should be on what do we learn from this and how can we protect other students. Anyway, I'm not going to take it further than that. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.